So in my last video, I talked about how to diversify your workplace, and I got some response about the dress code portion of that particular video. So I want to, in this video, go through some of the provisions in your dress code that might be hindering diversity in your workplace. I'm Nancy Schick of Third Year Conflict Resolution. We're an employment law and mediation firm based in New York City, but providing workplace dispute resolution worldwide at this point. And so some of the provisions that I want you to take a look at in your dress code are shoes, right? We still have dress codes, believe it or not, that say women should wear a heel of a certain height. Well, can you hear it already with that? First of all, women, right? And we already know in the US Supreme Court decision has said, if you have a different type of dress code for women versus men, you cannot avoid that that is based on gender or sex, which means it's sex discrimination, right? So you have to look at your shoe policy in the workplace. Second, very similar here, look at your jewelry policy. Are you saying that jewelry should be modest? Well, what does that mean? And do you have certain earrings for women, but you don't even mention earrings for men, right? If you're saying men can wear certain types of watches, but you're not addressing whether women can wear watches, again, that is based on sex. And that is unlawful. And then the other one that I mentioned, which is the big one that you see in the news a lot, is hair. And it's not just because hair might be, your policy might be different between the various gender or among various genders, right? Because we have a lot of different gender identities. But it may also be religion. It could be illness, right? You have a lot of different things that might involve hair. But the big one is race, right? We have a long history of discriminating, in particular against Black women and their hair, and when they wear their natural hair. So you've got to look at your policies. And if you're restricting the length of men's hair, that was a really common one, right? Where men had to have their hair above, like maybe an inch above the collar. That may be restricting someone whose religion requires them to have longer hair. So you have to look at all of these things. And then you have to look at whether it's a safety violation, a safety issue, or something else. Can be very, very complicated. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put in the link, a link in the notes to the video for my sample dress code that I did in the funeral profession, which I think will help you guide yourself and your workplace through creating one unique to your workplace. But if you need help with that, of course, I'll also put a link to schedule a consultation with me. And of course, in the meantime, keep listening with your third ear. For those hurts you can heal.